Okay, we're going into round 2 of the Women's Six Nations, and I cannot wait for this one. Although the more annoying bit is of round 2, there's not really any super close matchups like there was in round 1, but still it's going to be a very exciting round. Obviously we had wins for Scotland, England and France in round 1, so who can make it 2 from 2 this round? You've got to think maybe England and maybe France, but let's get into the games. Let's look at the lineups first. Okay, here is the French lineup, and you're going to see in this French lineup and the Scottish lineup, the key theme is consistency. They have not made huge amounts of changes, either of these two teams. We've got the French sort of lineup here. It's the same 1 to 10 as in week 1. So you've got the ever-present props of, I'm going to butcher some French pronunciations here, Brosso and Bernadou. You've got sort of joint captain Manai Felou. Tayani Felou got player of the match last round. So yeah, you've also got the 9 Pauline Boudon Sansos, who's one of the best 9s in the world, arguably the best women's 9 in the world. So yeah, lots of consistency for the French in the sort of 1 to 10 position. Then we've got a few changes though from 11 to 15. Vernier, of course, the sort of ever-present in the French side, got a red card last week, so she is not in the squad this week. Menager is the only one, I think, of the... Oh no, so Bourgeois... Oh, God, I pronounced it so wrong, I'm sorry. Bourgeois is still the 15. She kicked quite well last week, so she's going to remain in her position. And then Menager, I think, was out on the wing last week. She is now at inside centre, which is a more normal position, I'm pretty sure. So we've got the other 3 come in. You can read the other 3 names there, you don't need me to pronounce it. But we've got only 3 changes for the French. And if we go into the Scottish quickly, I just have to do my technical scroll. So we actually have the same Scottish team, everyone except for Jade Conkle, who has come in for Evie Gallagher because she got a red card last week. So that is the only change for Scotland. Again, the consistency is the key theme to both these teams. Helen Nelson got player of the match last week. She did very well. She was in my fantasy team, so come on, Helen. So that was good. So yeah, it was a great win for Scotland, wasn't it? Up in Edinburgh against the Welsh, and how will they do against the French? This is a difficult game for them. I don't think they'll win this. I don't think they have the firepower and overall depth of the French. But, you know, it could be a really close game. It could be a close game if Scotland have a really good performance and the French are slightly off it. It could be another yellow or red card, which impacts the French. Obviously, both these teams got a red card last week, so they'll both be trying to avoid that this week. But I am going to go for a French victory, I think, for this one. Now, going into the actual Welsh lineup, I'm going to have a struggle here because, thankfully, thank you, Welsh, people, for making the only 2 changes in the squad, and they both got horrendously Welsh names. I guess in their sisters, because they're both police. So Maisie Davies drops out from the loose head prop, and in comes Gwenllian Police. I have no idea how to say that surname. I'm so sorry. I should listen to the commentator more last week when they were saying her sister's name, because her sister's also dropped out. Owen Crabb has come in for Allure Police. I'm so sorry, any Welsh fans. Please write in the comments how to pronounce that name. Or I'll just go listen to it on the highlights. Anyway, Wales had a disappointing loss last week, didn't they? But, there's still a lot of quality in that team. You've got a lot of players playing in the PWR. Jazz Joyce, really exciting for Bristol. Lisa Newman, obviously at Quins. Hannah Jones, Gloucester Hartbury. George, Gloucester Hartbury. Williams, Gloucester Hartbury. So there's a lot of quality in the team, and they can definitely put up some fight to England. I think the real problem is going to be at scrum time and maybe the back 3 for England. We'll get into the England squad now quickly. Well, I'm just going to show it on screen quickly. This is the sort of squad. If you want to see my full breakdown of this squad, if you're an English fan, do check out the video out here. I've done a whole sort of 10-minute video talking about the England lineup and the changes they've made and how the game might go. But yes, I think this... bloody dog's going. But yeah, I think the scrum and then England's back 3 with Kildum, Breach and Dow are going to be the sort of main issues for the Welsh. I mean, you've got Bottoman and Maud Muir to come off the bench for Byrne and Carsten. So it's just ridiculous strength and depth for England. But yeah, I think England will get a fairly comfortable win, maybe by 20 points. My dog agrees quite clearly, if you can hear that in the background. But yeah, England to get a win in the Principality Stadium over Wales. And there have been a number of changes for Italy between this squad and the squad that took on England. There's been a change at fullback. Centres and wing have all swapped around. There's a new 10 in Stefanin, instead of is it Maldia? And there's also a few changes in the forward pack. There's no point in me reading all the different names because I can't really tell you much about all these players. I'm still trying to learn them as much as I can. So I can't really give you too much insight, to be quite frank. This is very poor, but there we go. And Italy are taking on Ireland, of course. Let's get into the Irish team here. Lots of similar players carrying on. I think it's the same front row as last weekend. You got King and Wafer carry on. I think Campbell's there. I think McMahon and I guess I'd say it's wrong again. Tweet. That's wrong. I think they're the sort of two changes in the pack for Ireland. And then they're going for a different 9 in Riley. Again, I'm not going to attempt that first name. Riley has come in though for Emily Lane. I thought Emily Lane was good last week, but there we go. Flood continues on. She was pretty good last week. But yeah, going to my prediction, I think Ireland will have too much from what we've seen in the first weekend. In the round 1, what Ireland did versus France compared to what Italy did. I think Italy had a nice spell in the second half against England, but I think Ireland will probably have too much quality. And also we've seen how well Ireland have been doing so over the last 12 months. So I'm going to go for an Irish win away in Italy. That's my prediction for this game. So there's my predictions for round 2. I've gone for France to beat Scotland, England to beat Wales, and Ireland to beat Italy. So 2 away wins in this one. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as I said, subscribe if you want to see more women's rugby content. We're going to be doing sort of match reviews of all of them, or round reviews, whatever it ends up being. We're going to be talking about sort of the main big storylines. Women's Rugby World Cup is coming. I've just bought a load of tickets today, right before the deadline, because I am silly like that. But I have bought some tickets, so I'm going to be going to a load of games in the Women's Rugby World Cup, obviously in England in August and September. I cannot wait for that. So yes, subscribe to see all of that coming up on this channel over the next, 6 months now. So it's going to be exciting, and like this video if you've got this far. If you don't want to like it, fair enough. That Italy-Ireland preview was kind of horrendous, but never mind. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one still, and thank you for watching.